Well, this should be a fun one. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Salt Lake City, the site of tonight's action here for EA Sports. We are just seconds away now from puck drop. The Mammoth have established possession here early in this one as they win the draw. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Takes the feed at center and moves up ahead. Glove save. Keeps it alive and heads it up. St. Louis with possession in their own zone. Drives to the sweet spot. Blocked, and he may have just stopped a goal.
I think he did, James. I mean, you got to protect the house, especially when it's a great threat shot like that, and he finds a way to get in front of that and quick.
And now it's grabbed by Schmaltz. Feeds the puck to Dursey. Utah's across the blue line. Moves it in front. Great defensive play to pick off the pass. On the backhand. Tremendous stop by Pavelka.
Well, you don't make the save if you're not dialed in and focused. That's exactly what he is. He's following the puck and just makes that save. It's incredible, really, because you got to be athletic.
He stopped it. Oh, he stopped it.
Oh, he's like a rubber band, James. I thought he was out of the net, but he finds his way back in to make that save.
Utah's got a hold of it against the wall.
Melka's last save was so impressive, James. Really a last-ditch effort to find the puck. When you out-battle, when you out-will your opponent, everyone around you gets energized. Just look at the bench. Everyone is elevated because of that save. Such an impressive save, James, and I'd love to look at these ones again because it's not just being in great position, it's being desperate. It's finding a way to get to the puck, keeping your eye on it at all times, tracking it, out-battling and out-willing everyone around you.
Still a lot of time left in the period as we approach the midway mark. Still scoreless in this one. Swoops in off the wing to grab the puck after the centerman tied him up. Down the right side and into the zone. Cuts to the paint. Puck grabbed by Kyrou. Shoots it on the backhand. Blocked in traffic. Utah's got it in their own zone. Solid check to slow him down. St. Louis is in the offensive zone. Gunther's got the puck now at his own end. Directed over to McBain. A little crash and bang forces the turnover. The Blues gain possession. St. Louis moves ahead with the puck. Puck clears the zone and they'll be forced to regroup. Quick pass across to Bushnevich. The Blues take it across the blue line. Takes it to the front. Scores! It's in the back of the net.
Coaches and staff always preach that hard work leads to opportunity, and this is an exact case of it, James. Being hard and tenacious on retrieval and then finding an opportunity out of it, that's reward right there.
The Blues have finally opened the scoring here in the first and not a moment too soon.
This has been a bit of a defensive juggernaut, James. We've been waiting for a goal call all game long, and we finally get it. And what this does will give them some confidence heading into the intermission.
Goes right to the crease! And the puck stopper hangs on to get a breather here for the team. Here in the late goings of the period, 1-0 is where we sit at this point. Utah's won the defensive zone draw. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Official blows the play dead as the puck goes out of bounds. St. Louis has capitalized on their scoring opportunities and lead as a result here late in the first. And they win that draw at center. Scooped up along the wall by Broberg. Looks to pass it to Walker. The Mammoth have gained possession off the wall. St. Louis looks to break out in their own end. There's the buzzer. Fans seem to enjoy that first 20 minutes. We'll get to the second period right after both teams get a chance to catch their breath. Stick around. And we are just moments away from the start of period number 2. Second frame is underway as the puck is dropped. Well, Cheryl, already a third of this one played. What do you make of this one?
Utah's behind in this game, James, because they simply haven't had the puck. They got to do a better job of closing on it and holding it when they get it.
Here's a chance on the attack. Here's a shot. Scores! And they strike pay dirt once again.
Yeah, they do. And their opponents down on their heels are deflated. They got to find a way to continue with the pressure, be relentless, and try and get another one. They do a great job in transition, and they recognize they have the number. So on the odd man rush, they've got someone driving the net, pulling the knee back, and guess what? They capitalize on the space that they're given.
The Blues are on cruise control now, extending the lead to 2-0, Cheryl.
They've been cruising and they've been driving play, James. In the O-zone, they're just throwing everything at the net. They're crashing it as well. So a lot of opportunities, and they capitalize on that one.
To the low slot! Incredible reflexes on the glove save by Mammoth. Quick feed to Schmaltz. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Utah's got it now. Comes up with the stop. Hofer's going to opt to hang on to this and get a whistle.
But yeah, he anticipates the play really well right now, and he's able to hold on there. I don't mind that play at all. He hasn't been busy, hasn't had to make many saves. His team's winning this game. Just can reset as well in his own zone and allow that line change.
Sneaks away with the puck after he was tangled up on the draw. Inside the offensive zone. Cuts to the front. Denies him. Into the offensive end now. St. Louis has it near the wall. The Blues have it now. Streaking into the attacking zone for the right. Takes a shot. Scores! And that's 3 unanswered goals. And as my mom likes to say, they're cooking with gas.
They're cooking with gas. And you can expect that they have put their opponents on their heels. This is a team that knows that they have worn their opponent down. Now they got to keep the pedal to the metal. Often goaltenders today, they drop into the butterfly as a default position and make themselves as big as possible. Idea being you want to take away as much of the net as you can. There's a lot of bodies in front, so a smart shot, he can't find it, and it finds its way to the back of the net.
The Blues look like a freight train here in period number 2, continuing to find offense.
Oh, there's no question that they're steamrolling their opponent here. I mean, the ice is tilted, and it is one way, James. They found a way to maintain possession. How about the shots they're getting on net? Unbelievable.
Oh, look at this. And he says no. Passes it in front. And he denies that great opportunity there. Right through center and into the offensive zone. Drives it to the crease. Oh, what a save in front. DeSimone's caught up with the hook, and the official saw it. Yamamoto's got it against the boards. And he gets just enough to keep it out. Here comes the call. The Blues have been handed 2 minutes for hooking.
Coaches hate stick infractions. You're just not moving your feet to reach out with your stick. I often call it the lazy penalty.
First chance of the night here on the man advantage.
Everyone's fresh as they come out for their first power play of the game. They're going to have to find a way to really manipulate the defenders, move that puck around, but it will all start with winning the opening
Pulls back to center ice. Along the half wall with the puck. Hard hit frees up the puck. Into the offensive zone. To the front. Oh, off the inside of the post.
The Blues have a big lead here. They've been dominating possession. Everything's about habits, being aggressive, staying on the puck. But you know that they always want to put it in, and this one just wires off the frame. Hyru's almost out of the box.
Both teams back to even strength as the power play comes up empty-handed on that one.
Well, this power play unit was stagnant, James. They didn't create any...
Jordan Hyru!
Well, when you're in tight to the net, you don't have much margin of error here, and he's able to find the back of the net. It's all about accuracy, not necessarily how hard the shot is.
The Blues are probably thinking, we don't want this period to end the way things are going. Cheryl, you've been in these types of games before.
No, James, if I'm playing in this game, I do not want the intermission because everyone is firing on all cylinders. They're in a rhythm, and when you have that kind of energy going for you, you don't want to sit and wait for the third. Their opponent certainly wants that time, but I don't think they do.
Looking to make something happen along the boards. Dishes it off.
Scores!
And maybe an attempt to try to make it respectable, or is this a comeback here, Cheryl?
Well, it certainly makes the deficit look better. And listen, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but that's the starting point. If you want to be able to claw your way back into this one, you got to build out that last shift. Sometimes when you're in your own zone, you can get caught wandering or roaming, James. What I mean by that, your eyes start to focus on the puck and you start to slide outside the middle of the ice. When that happens, guess what? You open up the primetime scoring area, and that's what happens here.
The Mammoth have shown they haven't thrown the towel in here in period number 2.
Yeah, the individuals who scored pretty happy, but I don't know about the rest of the bench. They've all got to contribute if they want to get back in this one.
They gain possession here inside the neutral zone. Takes the feed from the wing. The Mammoth have the puck against the boards. With possession along the wall. Loses the coverage there. And that's intercepted in the defensive end. Shuts him down. Denies him again.
They make some consecutive saves there. He's got to be wondering where his defense are. I mean, how about a little help?
Handles the puck. And there's the buzzer bringing the second period to an end. You don't want to go home yet, do you? Third period action still to come.
Keep your eyes to the sky for tonight's big prize.
Welcome back to EA Sports, the final frame of this one. Here we go, third period set to get underway. Simply too much to not enough at this point. Okay, we played 2/3 of this one here tonight. What do you make of what you've seen in this one?
Utah's game hasn't been nearly effective enough in all three zones to do any type of damage, James. In their own zone, they're disconnected. Through the neutral zone, there's no speed. And when they get in the offensive zone, they're turning it over. All three of those things don't equate to a successful game.
The Blues are on cruise control here in this third period, leading big. Utah's won the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it. In front of the net, the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. St. Louis found lots of ways to find shots on net here tonight, and they continue to lead early in this third. Nice job tying up his opponent. Takes the pass. Puck scooped up by Broberg. Spectacular stop by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
That's a fantastic save by the goaltender, but his team has to do a better job of protecting the middle of the ice. Those high-danger scoring chances eventually go in.
Broberg's moving it ahead. The Mammoth have taken possession in their own end. Taken by Broberg. Here he is in close. Swats at it with the glove and got just enough of it.
Well, these are the saves when you know that your goaltender is dialed in, James. The ability to get to the top of the crease and be square to the shooter, that's a great save.
Moves it quickly over to Marino. Utah's got the puck in the defensive end. Oh, great move to sidestep the check. Broken up with the stick in the defensive end. Kairu's crossed the line and is on the attack now. And he'll opt to play the puck here.
The Blues are firing on all cylinders, in particular their second line. They've had a lot of mojo going for them tonight. They found the back.
Off the post and in.
Well, that's a real sneaky one that fooled the goaltender, James. Not much room available, but that one, perfectly executed. This is exactly why you send bodies to the front of the net, James. You want to create a screen, and the goaltender drops into the butterfly position as a default and is battling to find the puck. Can't find it and beats him clean.
Hasn't allowed for any let-up in the third period. They continue to apply that pressure.
They're applying the pressure, and they've dominated the game right from puck drop. I mean, their opponent has no answer or any pushback because of the way they're playing.
Fires it, and the shot dives in the traffic jam. And he makes the save.
Hofer's had a solid night between the pipes, James. I mean, he's done everything he could to stop the puck, as indicated by his save percentage, but his team has also been really strong. Got the confidence of their netminder, and they've created a ton of opportunities.
And a stick break setup. Blocker save by Hofer. There's another stop.
He does a great job being set to position here. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to make that second save, James, but it's pure athleticism that gets the job done.
Cutting to the front of the net. Big time block on the play.
Well, he's doing what it takes, James. And listen, coach is going to love that one. I expect to see him out here again.
Here he is, shot right in front. Big time stop there.
What an incredible save in a high-danger scoring area. I mean, right in the slot. He's in perfect position to make that glove save.
St. Louis has turned this one into a blowout with the amount of scoring chances they have capitalized on. Stenlin's won the draw inside his own end. Looks to set up at the point now. Moves into the slot, and that goes off the post and out.
The Blues are shaking their head. They cannot believe they've hit yet another post. Listen, the good part of this is they're still in the lead.
And he was ready for that one. Oh, a good heads-up play with the poke check. Less than 60 seconds to play in this blowout. Oh, we'll get some tired defenders as icing is the call. Getting into the later stages of this period, it's a 5-1 hockey game. And with the two centers tangled up, the wingers skates away with it. The Blues take it across the line. Cuts into the paint. Oh, a close save and a beauty. St. Louis has had more shots on goal tonight, and as a result, they lead it late in the third period. Good read by the winger as the two centers tie up. Into the offensive end, right up the middle. Puts a little mustard on the hip to knock the puck loose. Skates across the blue line. Takes it to the net. Great save from in tight. And we'll get the whistle after the goaltender hangs on. Face-off looming as both centers get into position. Slides in off the wing after the centerman tied him up. the score here late. Locks them up on the draw as they take possession. And they keep the pressure on. That's all she wrote from this one. St. Louis displayed puck possession that not a lot of teams can do, I think, in this league.
Puck possession was great in all three zones. When they got in, though, this is where they worked their magic. The motion disrupted the coverage. They found lanes to the net, and they always had someone paying the price in front of the tender.
Thanks so much for joining us here. It was a fun one to call, and we will see you soon. For all of us here at EA Sports, stay safe.